Minecraft is a game that has forever changed the way games are looked at and appreciated, starting out as a one-person developed passion project and evolving into the most sold game of all time. In this series, I will be playing through every major update throughout the history of Minecraft, beginning in alpha version 1.12 and playing through the current version of Minecraft, only moving on once I feel that I have adequately captured what playing the game during that time was like, from Pulsars Jr., X, and Co., all the way to Dream and Technoblade. From Minecraft survival games and UHC to MCC and Twitch rivals. This is my loving tribute to my favorite game of all time. This is the Minecraft Progression Series. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Progression Series. Here we are. How are you guys doing? It's been a busy week for me. But, you know, if you're American, got some holidays coming up. That's pretty cool, right? Anyway, the holiday itself isn't super cool, but you know. Anyway, we've been doing some work here. You know where we are? Real prog heads will know. We are in the, look at that. There's still void fog in this version. Crazy. We're still in 1.0 here. You can see in the top left of there. We'll go ahead and close that. We are here at the skeleton spawner, still through this wall. Have not updated or anything crazy. Still got the enchants over here. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, what are you... This is a problem, by the way. I'm out of food. Maybe I'll just stand still for a little while. Oh, here we go. Hey, here's something. You want to know something really annoying that started happening in this version? Every time I open my inventory, my mouse isn't centered on the screen. It's over here in the bottom left. Can you see the mouse? I believe you can. You can, yeah. Don't know what the deal is with that, but it is incredibly annoying. So we'll just live with it. There is a fix to it. I have to go out of full screen and maximize the window, but not full screen it. Click into the inventory, click the middle of the screen, close it back down to small window, and then full size it. But that's a pain, and we're not going to do it right now. I'll just deal. So why are we here? Well, you might be wondering, we found that double zombie spawner at the close to the end of the last episode, and I said, hey, we'll set this up. It'll be twice as effective, right? Well, the thing about that is, I'm planning on digging out a big room for it and having it be, you know, a kind of a nice place. So I started working on that. I've done the little water rooms. We'll cut over there before I do too much work on it. But I started doing the little water rooms. I got the paths laid out. I haven't done the chutes up or the drop zones because I need to mine out a pretty big area for the actual room, right? Pretty normal, you know, building type things. However, we have a problem with that. It's that our tools here, this was the second pick I enchanted right here. They're just iron, and so I thought, well, kind of counterproductive, but maybe I'll use the old experience farm to get some better tools to take on the new experience farm, and we'll get it up and running, and things will be twice as fast, and we'll generate twice as much enchanting stuff, and it'll be closer to the base, and it'll be great, right? Well, I've done some enchanting in this chest here, and let's take a look. I've done 7, that is, I can't count. Accidentally spoiled what one of them was there. You didn't see that. I've done 7 enchants in addition to the original 2. This is the first one. So anyway, I've done 7 enchants, and I've done 45 to 50. Ideal, like what I'm looking for level wise. I just picked whatever 45 to 50 for the diamond tools. I got efficiency 4 and efficiency 4. So the first 2 are better, but we're still on efficiency 4 only, no unbreaking. So that's, you know, not the most ideal. We'd like, really what we're fishing for here is fortune, because you might have noticed we are very low on diamonds. We've got 4 here, and I think we have 8 in the mushroom farm chest currently. Diamond ore. So really like to get fortune and knock these out and be able to make, full diamond tools and make things significantly quicker. And that's where these iron picks came in. And so for these, I've did level 30 to 35. A little bit lower. I would be happy with fortune 1, 2. Fortune 3 would be great, obviously, but any level of fortune to get this process going a little quicker here. And none of these are that great. This one's the best, efficiency 4, unbreaking 3. Remember, anvils don't exist yet. Oh gosh. I can't wait until we get drag crafting. Anvils do not exist. So we can't combine those. And that is not a super big problem with these because I don't really care about these iron picks anyway, but we could hit these two together and well, we put these three right here together and we've got a perfect silk touch, but that's not really what we're looking for, is it? So we've got a couple of problems you can probably gather from that. And yeah, so I've done a little research into enchanting, and I'm gonna prep a little clip to show you here. And yeah, so I mentioned it in the last episode. What the plan for today is double spawner, and then we're working on ideally we'll work on a storage room, but we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I would have liked to get shovel and axe going as well, but that wasn't exactly in the cards. So we are going to see how we go. Not quite sure. Obviously, I need a storage room real bad. We need to get this stuff all ready to go. But yeah. Anyway, we're gonna see a little enchanting information clip, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So see you in a second. All right. So you guys recognize this? All you old heads will recognize this guy. The Minecraft forums. This used to be the golden place to go. Used to be horribly, horribly laggy. Not as bad now, but maybe I just had a bad computer. Well, I definitely had a bad computer, so that was probably it. But back in 2011, I would say through like, I don't know, 2014 even, this is the place. You're looking up something about these old versions, as often I am. You look around on like Reddit, not a lot of information. People aren't asking these questions in like a modern sense, the way that I need them to be presented. So we're going back in the forums, and so I found this interesting little post here. So basically this is like reaction to the first edition of enchanting, which is 1.0. So this first post is basically trying different levels of enchanting, and that 10 to 15 ends up being like the best. But this is before people really knew what all the enchants in the game were. Things weren't as point by point put on the patch notes, if you get what I mean. Like back then we didn't really know what protection did. Is protection and projectile protection different? Is protection just melee, or is it general, that sort of thing? So there are lots of these posts that are analyzing what different things do. And looking at this, reading through this, it seems like a lot of people more or less sympathizing with my thoughts. But something that I thought was interesting, and something you don't really get if you haven't played these old up to 50 levels of enchant versions, is that back then, like, getting sharp 3 plus looting is like, oh, that's sick. Like, it is not everything fully 100% enchanted ideally how you want it at this time. That's interesting. It's like people were more okay with the slowness of the game back then because we didn't know anything different, which makes sense. But at the time, enchanting was like really like nobody knew what was going on with it. Anyway, we continue scrolling down this post here. And this guy's talking about the wiki. The thing that I'm interested in is this guy right here, pernsteiner.org. Do not know, never heard of this website, but that website goes right here. Hopefully, this is not. You mine in bitcoins? You mine in bitcoins Minecraft enchanting guide? I don't think it is. But anyway, this is a pretty good tool to use here. I've looked through it. But the thing that matters to us, last updated on September 21st, 2013 for Minecraft client version 1.6.2. Now we're not in 1.6.2. 1.6.2 is after they change it to level 30 max, but without the lapis enchanting system. So, what do we need to do here? Well, we look up what the release date of 1.0 is. That's the version we're in, so November 18th, 2011. Then we go to the Wayback Machine. I've typed in the website we're looking at here. November 17th is the update, so we are looking for December 4th, 2011, the next one after. And we go to how do I get enchantment X? And the website will load. It's an old website, it's slow. And then we have every enchant that was in the game at the time, right? Armor, sword, yeah, just swords. There are no bow enchants in this version. That's interesting. Yeah, they get added later. And then the ones that we're looking for: efficiency, silk touch, unbreaking, and fortune. So click into fortune 3 here, and we're gonna see some interesting information, which is kind of it's stuff that I already kind of figured, but it's the exact statistics on it, so it's worth knowing. So looking for a fortune 3 pick, presumably, I guess the tool doesn't really matter. It can be any. It's the material that matters. So something that a lot of people don't know: gold is the most enchantable material. Fun fact. It's also the fastest tool, which is like it's pretty significantly faster, which is why the durability is so low. It's a big trade-off. Then the reason I was looking for iron tools, one, an iron fortune would be able to harvest a diamond, but the reason I didn't mine those diamond ore to look for one of those is it's technically got a higher enchant percentage likelihood to get fortune than diamond does. Now, that being said, these are at level 50, right? So the best odds for your experience would be level 43 for iron and level 45 for diamond. And those only net you 23% odds. So with that being said, we should realistically have hit some level of fortune with what we did, right? Not necessarily fortune 3, but looking at this, like iron, 27 levels, we did more than that, is about 15%, which is the optimal trade-off there. So by that logic, we should have hit one, or we're very close to being due to hit one. Now, obviously, that's not the way statistics work, but it's interesting to know how this is calculated. I assume these numbers are correct. I don't know. It's figuring it based off of the numbers that get pulled. The enchant table does math that's between like it randomly selects a number between 0 and 1 or something, and I don't know how the enchant system works, math and coding wise. I just know how it works in game. But by this logic, we had 15%. Should have hit one. We didn't. Just a sad day. Obviously, this will get a lot easier when 30 becomes the max. If we click back into here, do I get enchantment X, fortune 3? 30 being the max. These numbers are lower overall, but they cap at 30, right? So, yeah, it makes sense that they'll be lower because there's more in the pool possible at that lower level, because at 50, kind of the Wild West as far as what you get. There are level 50 enchants that gave me efficiency 4, as you saw, and then there's some that give me efficiency 5, Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3, which is, an amazing tool. So yeah, that's really, oh, this version. Oh, I guess that's true. You can't enchant books in 1.0. So glad I didn't try to do that. I think with our current fortune luck, it'll be a while before we get to that. But at the very least, really just kind of showing you, I've spent many hours AFK at that skeleton farm at this point, and these are the odds we're looking to hit, which aren't amazing, but at the same time, once we get the zombie spawner up and we can do things twice as fast, that'll hopefully help out a lot. All right, hopefully that was nice and nice learning experience for you guys. So here we are, double zombie spawner we've been talking about. If you didn't see that in the last one, check that out, please. Anyway, so you can see, if you're unaware, you can see if a spawner is active by seeing it spin there. This close one is spinning, so it is active. That back one is not. But if we back right here, oh, there we go. Either of these two blocks right here will get him. If you're pushed up against the wall. Harder to do this in reverse. So these two blocks right here, I think I'm going to go with this one. Is going to be the block we stand on to get them to come out. First person here. We've got, like I said, the water's roughly laid out. I'm going to need to go through and shave this all off, obviously. And then again, similar to the last skeleton spawner, gonna need to put lights in the ceiling when that gets added. But we've got some weirdo mode stuff going on here. This glass is temporary. It was just so I could see what I was doing. Here's the path from the far spawner. I started doing that. That's literally those two waters right there are all the water that I put in for this. And then this one doesn't have any water at all, obviously. So the plan is that staircase up, by the way, is currently right here. I had to move it so that connects up on the mountain like you saw before. And this is kind of the base of operations right now. A little scary. There is some caves I haven't lit up in this area, but I haven't had any mobs walk up yet, so I think we're fine. We're far enough away. And then I might need to turn my sound up at some point too. I had it off for farming the skeletons. So we're going to be knocking out a big area around here, and the room will be right here. The plan is to add a new staircase that goes to the surface going up that way. So with all that being said, that's the plan. And I will get back to you if I hit a snag or when it's working. I don't know yet. We will see. All right, everybody, here we are. We're back. The spawners have been completed. Oh, what is this fine looking room you're in? Wow. So, not that. Here's the room I built. So we are in a version where, you notice torches? I had trouble lighting this room. It's a little dark. But we went with a sandstone floor, stone brick, spruce, I don't know, bookshelves, some kind of bookshelf rich. And then pistons in this version, if you don't know, are a transparent block technically, so light can come through them. I guess transparent isn't the right word, translucent maybe. But I went ahead and boxed this off. This block right here is separating us from the spawning room for the first spawner, and then spawner 2 blocks, and the next spawner right here can trigger both of them. And yeah, they all drop into this hole right here. Because I had to combine 2 streams, they drop here, and then I just connected them. They do this kind of weird running thing. I thought it was funny, so I left it. that's basically it. So if we keep going, you see we've got the just a little. I'm gonna store like enchants and stuff in here. A couple furnaces, a smelting stone, bed, crafting table. You know, normal stuff. That's annoying. I might need to put a pumpkin down there. Staircase up. We'll get to that in a minute. And then the enchant table to hunt for those cool enchants. Yeah. So yeah, that is it's all pretty cool. We've got a bunch of storage over here. Probably too much. Well, for sure too much for right now. Although I might need to fill those looking for the fortune enchant. But I figured it's good to have more than you need because eventually, you know, many months down the line here, we will have villager trading, which for a while, rotten flesh is the cheapest villager trading item until paper becomes the meta, and we'll deal with that when it comes. But you know, can't have too much flesh for now. And so I thought about this. I don't think this will break anything. Real quick, we're going to come up here and go do peaceful, and then hard, and we'll just go through the spawning process here. It takes a while for the mobs to spawn and drop down because they do have a pretty long path they have to travel. But anyway, you might be thinking, this is a pretty small room, you know, nothing too special. Why'd you make such a big deal about the tools? Getting the enchants before working on this. The answer is it's much bigger than it looks, honestly. I'd already knocked the spawner walls out and laid out most of the paths, but then finishing the paths, going up, connecting, dropping them down here, and then knocking out the room, knocking out all the walls, knocking out the ceiling, knocking out those two rooms, which those are small as is. Same problem with the skeletons, by the way. I'm only dropping them from 20 blocks, which they should easily live right now. But you see, out of 4, 3 of them have died. Those are 3 that have taken suffocation damage on the way up, and I don't have a good way to fix that. So eventually they'll get fixed, but and then obviously you can see that the this side, yeah, I might need to knock it down a couple more blocks and just live with having to hit them multiple times. Like it's ridiculous. I didn't realize this one was this bad. It wasn't when I tested it before, but yeah, the drop chute that's right there is this close spawner, so they show up much quicker. I'd like to see one drop from that other side. But yeah, the path up is also not 100% finished. I will show you that in just a second, but I did most of it. Just waiting to see if we can get one to drop here. I'll probably just give it a couple more seconds, I guess. Maybe that they definitely can drop from there. This is a bad test because we have so many deaths and they aren't spawning. Oh well, there's the first one and he died. So yeah, we've got a couple now. Those guys tend to be living more, even though the first ones didn't. But these old versions, like the drop really, they should be able to live the drop easily. I don't know. Like it's not that high. I didn't realize that you could see all the way up these with these bars here. That's kind of annoying. Oh, hello. No real reason for doing the bars either. Thought it was kind of weird. Kind of cool, I don't know. Yeah, that guy took 3 hits. Like, some of them fall and die instantly, and some of them take 3 hits. It's really weird. We'll just throw these in here, and we will keep going. So it's nighttime. We'll get a quick sleep in here, which is why we put this bed down here, because we can see right up to the surface right now. Went with the spruce and kept the sandstone and stone brick. Spruce went with the wood from the ceiling and the pistons, and then added in mushroom blocks as something to break up the texture. I don't really like the side texture of sandstone that much, so that's kind of my main reason for that. We can actually turn our sounds back up here. That's too loud. But you might have noticed I got a really clean inventory right now. Why is that, you might wonder? Well, as I did what I mentioned I was gonna do. I don't know if it was in this episode or if it might have been the last one even. Creeper's far enough away, problem. I went and rounded up everything that I own in this world, other than the skeleton farm. I left the bones and arrows and the flesh down there, and the mushroom stuff and the reeds, but everything else has been chested up here, and I sorted it loosely. I didn't really pay too much attention. It's like vaguely greens, stuff you grow, mob drops, dirt, sand and gravel, wooden stuff, the stones, stuff that is too miscellaneous for me to place anywhere else, and then ores. So I kind of made a mistake placing these. I think I've placed them right around where I want the storage room to be, so I might need to shift these chests over that way a little bit. But this is where I'm planning on doing, and we'll do some status updates once I get started on that. I think I'm gonna do a couple more enchants on this new system. Also, so this I'm going to fill in this water because it's too low to be useful to us. And then I'm thinking I'm gonna cover over this, and I'm gonna put a house that stores the actual entrance down into that. A house, and I'm thinking maybe a tree, like they live in a tree, maybe like a kind of dead tree that you can go in and hop down in the spawner. But I don't know. That's just like a first idea, really. But that's not gonna get done today. The main thing is at least getting a start on the storage room, and I'm gonna try. One of the reasons I want it here, I'm gonna try not to knock down any of these trees. I might have to knock down one or two, but I'm gonna try to get it situated into this room. The hard thing about this is that right now I don't have that much stuff really. If I separated every item into its own chest, it's a lot, but there's not much in the game, and with the foresight that the future sight that I have, there's a lot coming, so it's kind of a little weird, but I will give you guys an update once we're started on that. So like I mentioned here, doing some enchants before we start the storage room up there, and just did a level 32 enchant on this iron axe here. I'm gonna lose it. So a quick little check-in here. I have spent a lot of time AFKing at this guy here, and to pretty good success, I must say. Done all of these tools here, and the iron tools are kind of with level 30 to 35, and the diamond tools are, I think, 45 to 48. I still haven't seen a 50 in the enchant table, which is kind of sad, but here we've done 9 enchants here, and we'll take a look. You can probably guess where the event happens. Yeah, here we go. 30 minutes AFK, efficiency 3. Unbreaking 3, silk touch 1. Efficiency 3. Unbreaking 3. Efficiency 3, Fortune 2. The first good fortune we've had this whole time. Fantastic. Wish it was Fortune 3. Wish it was Diamond. Wish it was Unbreaking. But this will work until we can get something better. At least we have something. Which, with that Fortune 2, that gave me the willingness to crack open a couple of the ores that we had. And we got Efficiency 5, Fortune 3. Really cool. Really cool to see Fortune on that after so many tries. Efficiency 4, Fortune 3. Very cool. Silk Touch 1, Efficiency 4. Not bad. Not the Fortune we want, but still okay. And Efficiency 4, Fortune 3. So now we have Fortune 3 on both of the tools that we don't necessarily need Fortune on. Fortune on an axe is kind of nice because I think we can technically use it on mushrooms. I've tried and I haven't noticed that much variance, but I haven't given it enough of a chance. Also, big lack of unbreaking on these diamond tools. It's going to be very annoying. But we're going to go start working on some of the trees that I need to chop down because I'm a lot of wood. Looking at the time here, I don't think we're finishing the storage room today. I think this took up too much time, and the enchanting showcase has taken up too much time. But I'm gonna do some of the farming, and we're gonna get the place laid out. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do. This out on the every other week schedule that I'm operating under right now, because these are taking a long time to get done. I'm putting, like, I don't know, over 40 hours in of grinding a day. So here's what I want to show you guys. What's happened here? Why is our water all messed up? Well, I took a ride down the cart. I can actually turn the sound up now that I'm not messing with the zombies all the time. Oh, water is so hard to deal with in these old versions. So I ride down and my minecart gets stuck right here. And I actually forgot to bring a track, so that I will need to. But all that I can assume has happened here, and that cobble's gone, is that an enderman spawned on, it would have to be one of these 3 blocks right here, because everything else, can't imagine it can spawn on, I can't imagine it can spawn on a block that has sugar cane on it. They definitely can't spawn on tracks now, and they can't spawn in water, obviously. So it would have to be one of these 3 blocks here, which is really low odds. So, you know, I could put something. Maybe I'll throw in, like, I don't know. I don't even know what I would do. A potted plant, maybe, on these 3. But just kind of interesting that this is something that probably won't happen super often, so I'm not too worried about changing it. But I will need to get the track for that. But it's, you know, still interesting that it did happen. It can happen. I guess I'll need to look out for that in the future. Place that track. But anyway, I'm going to start putting some trees down, chopping some trees down. Yeah, you guys in? This must also be. This surely wasn't always like this. Whoa. Okay, that's interesting. Diamond axe can break dirt pretty quick, huh? All right, everybody. So here we are. We are at the place where the chests were formerly. I have moved them because they were right where I wanted to put the big tree. I'd chopped down a tree right behind me there. Fit, but I don't know. Maybe I should move it forward. Real annoying because I just moved these chests. But the idea here is it's gonna be kind of not a hollowed out tree. There's gonna be like let me get some chests. The basic idea, obviously I didn't get as much done as I wanted here. Big circle. We're going to have the insides build up with the old chests. Well, not that, but the chests are just going to be sitting. We're going to have them roughly grouped by what's in them. So obviously, these wouldn't be here because they kind of interrupt your run up the stairs, and then as you go up the stairs, there's going to be more chests, and that'll get the different sections laid out. But some things that were missing, or not things, things that would be added later would need to be probably put in a future storage room, because I don't know, really, we're going to have way too much storage for what we have currently, but that can obviously change very quickly. I like kept all my bowls when I was breaking the chest. So one thing about this is that we're gonna need to have the things that we want more often closer to the door, right? So what are the things that we want most? Well, the woods, the ores, and the stone are gonna be the things often, and then we're probably gonna split it into, like, there'll be a dye chest and a tools chest, a armor chest. By the way, I need to get some better armor at some point, but I need to do a bunch of mine. I put so much work, so many hours into recordings. By the way, collected a ton of wood. Chopping stuff down over there. Almost broke the first axe. Didn't get to the second one yet, but yeah, didn't get as much done today as I would have wanted for the episode, but that's okay. Things are so slow going, these early versions. Once we get a beacon available and we have more farms set up, things will go much quicker episode to episode, hopefully, but then we'll be taking on more complex tasks, so maybe not. But yeah, there's a lot of like, I spent a ton of time getting experience for the axes to chop down all these trees, and realistically, I don't think a single chest of wood is gonna do it, because I'd like to have, big roots coming off of these, and also there's other stuff we need to build even beyond the big storage room. But this, we're gonna try to get it done next time. But if I want to get this out on the day that you're seeing it, this is gonna have to be the end, because I need to get it all edited and rendered, and yeah, a lot of stuff to put in. But this will be what we do next time, and I really want to get the building over top of the staircase down to the spawners finished. Putting in something, a tree or a building or anything to cover the big hole in the ground over here. And in addition to that, there's a couple other things I want to do. Mainly, I'm getting so tired of the mushroom stew. This takes forever to eat, and it takes up so much inventory space, so I'd like to get some cows going, and beyond that, our ores. We've got so much iron, but the diamonds, this is, again, we're down to just this, and I think I left a couple at the skeleton spawner in case I used that, but odds of that are kind of low now that we have the zombie spawner, which is literally twice as fast. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts going into this. Ton to do on this, and hopefully you guys will get to see some of that next time. Probably 2 weeks is the goal, but you never know. These are taking a lot of my free time to get done. A lot of that time spent AFKing, though, for this one in particular, to be fair. But hopefully, next one we will get a little more progress on some of that stuff. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are staying safe, having a good time. Holiday season coming up. Yeah, this is been a good one. Maybe a little too little being done in the world, but I think the enchanting explanation, if that's something you've ever wondered about, could be useful. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.